Henry Ford and George Washington, you're on our shit list.
I wonder what his teeth were doing.
Yeah. We said it. Check out his teeth.
Look at
the teeth.
Look up the teeth. You'll see.
My mom.
You'll see they're not all there.
You'll see they're not all there. Some of them are little cars.
Springs, might say.
Springs.
Might say springs.
Mom,
Are they the same teeth?
Yeah.
They could be the same teeth.
They could be the same. Probably the same teeth.
Anyone that's in charge.
They're probably just
anyone that
passing
has a
those
lot of
bad boys
influence.
down.
You know who probably has the teeth now? Elon.
Yeah. Elon's
He
got
has
them
the weird
teeth. He's got those weird teeth.
I think they're haunted. Fall back down again. All right.
Fall back down and you really don't know. Remember when American Idol tried to make us hear that song like every single...
What song? Is that the
That song that's
played?
like... not that song, but the song that's like, you had a bad day.
You had a bad
And we were like,
day.
I honestly think because somebody was like listing off like the number one songs of like every year, and that was in it, and I was like, that was like solely pushed by American Idol.
What?
That song. I feel like I didn't. I mean, I started hearing it on the radio. I
hate when songs are
hate that
pushed.
song.
Nothing
It's
will make me
really
more angry than a
nothing
song
will-
that's pushed on me. I tell you what.
Because every single time someone got kicked off, they'd play that song.
Oh yeah.
And they're
They
like,
would like
"Yeah?" And you're
recap
like,
their
"Oh
like
my
journey or
God."
something.
And it was honestly like really, like not rude, but like snarky. Like
Yeah.
you had it. Like okay, you had a bad
They should
day,
have
like,
had
your
them
dreams.
sing it for themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, contestant, I don't know, Susie, and Susie's singing, he had a bad, and she's like,
Yeah.
she's like, how about that? And then they're like, it's her own recording
Yeah,
of
yeah.
her singing her own
Yeah.
sing-off song.
Yeah.
Now that would be more cruel.
That would be more cruel. Yeah.
And that's what I want
or you have to
see.
sing it as you're leaving. You're like, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
you have
that
to
is
sing
the
off,
music
yeah.
industry. Sometimes you gotta
Sing through the tears.
sing through the tears, ladies.
We're here for the tears.
We're here for the tears.
here for the tears.
That's Tim Gunn.
I was going to say Tim Gunn reference.
Tim Gunn. Whatever happened to that show?
I don't know if they're still making it. What was it called? It wasn't Project Runway. It
was the offshoot.
The cut?
Making the cut?
Making the cut. Heidi and Tim Gunn.
Back at it again.
Tim Gunn wanted the drama, and he was not happy when the
I'm
drama
here
wasn't
for the
happening.
tears. I don't even, honestly, we do that so much that I don't know if he actually ever said that or if that's something we made up.
I think we made it up.
You think?
Why would we be there for the tears? I don't know. Doesn't make any sense. Like, I think he was like, okay, nobody's...
Maybe he said I'm here.
Stressed.
Like-
Nobody seems stressed.
I'm going to look it up
Yeah.
to
I
see if
don't
he
think
actually said it.
says
Maybe he
it.
didn't, and it was
I
just
think he was like, Heidi's frustrated that no one seems to care.
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 No one
I
seems
wanna
to care.
care.
Yeah. And so then
No
he was
one's
here for the
crying.
tears. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that must have been it. Because I'm like, did that actually happen? Sometimes if you make something up and it gets in your brain enough, you're like, did that actually
Not
happen?
even sure. Yeah. That was like when we looked up, God, what's that movie called with the guy that plays Aragon? Hidalgo?
Oh, yeah.
We're like, I could see that.
I could see that.
I'm like,
and
does
then
he say that or does he not
actually
say that?
I'm pretty sure we found it, right?
Yeah, but it's like really not that emphasized.
No, he's like, I can see that.
He's like,
Yeah,
I
we're
can
like-
see that. And we saw the commercial too many times, so we're like, I can see that.
That's another thing, too, commercials. Like,
Yeah.
whereas, like, now
It
you don't
burns
see
in your
them. They
brain.
burn into your brain.
But then you warp it into a different sound to it, so it almost has a different emphasis. So, like, if Tim Gunn did say, I'm here for the tears, he doesn't emphasize it in the same way that we do.
No.
Yeah.
So many things coming out.
If it's good.
If it's good.
That's for all the Disney folks.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what, like, I feel like maybe now there might be like some things that come up like on TikTok or maybe Instagram a little bit, but like you don't really see commercials. Like the other day, I got out of the shower and I said, I am clean today. And there used to be this commercial where I think it was really, honestly, I think it was right after the BP oil spill. And I think BP was running like all their stuff was now like turned into like green. Like they rebranded with like green and like leaves.
Yeah.
to be like, we love trees and plants, and
We would never hurt them.
we would never do that.
That wouldn't be us. That would probably be some other company.
Some other guy that's
who likes oil, not us though. We don't even like oil.
we love greenery and cute, and I think they had like a cute little
Cartoons, right?
Yeah.
They're like terrible drawn.
Yeah. And I
Or
think
it's just okay. It's like clearly they didn't spend the time.
and there was a commercial where it was like I think I heard it like a million times, but my roommate and I at the time would not stop mentioning it. The song was like, I am green, clean, green. It was green.
Green.
I am green today.
Definitely.
And we lost our minds singing this over and over again.
I don't like that. I have like a visceral reaction to that. I don't like that. Makes me angry.
It made us angry.
Like
it would not. It was actually for honestly. It wasn't. I was wrong. It wasn't a BP commercial. I misremembered. It's actually a Dell commercial, which makes it worse. And it drove
Dell
us.
computers.
Yeah, it drove us because the computers are different colors. I think because they were trying to compete with the Mac or whatever. We would lose our minds every single time that commercial would come on. I'd be like, "Stop it!" So I remember I had to make a joke out of saying it. I am green today.
Yeah. Got to take back its power.
Yeah, got to take back the
warping
power
it.
from the corporations. Take that, corporations.
Warp it. Make it your own.
Yeah.
Put your own spin on it.
But that got stuck in my head, and I couldn't get it out. Like that one time, there's a famous for us. There was a commercial for a politician in Michigan, and
Oh, sure.
They
We're
talked-
just gonna have to. This is gonna be maybe we'll get a clip out of it or something.
yeah, well, yeah,
It'll just be me, you saying something, and me yawning the whole time.
yeah. You're like, I have to listen to it at home.
Yeah. I've already heard all these bits.
I've heard all of these
We've
bits.
had all the
We've already
conversation.
talked about this.
We talked about it, and
No,
heard all the things I could hear.
I have new stuff.
No new material.
I'm always making up new things.
Sorry, the politician from Grand Rapids.
I think I have no idea. All I know
I
is
know
that,
what you're gonna
all
say.
I know is that they cut to that guy, and the guy's like, "Crap, I gotta move."
Crap. I gotta move.
I have no idea.
Gotta.
I think he said if somebody wins,
That's a fun sound.
Yeah, I gotta move.
We don't know if I think it had to do with the DeVos, or I think the governor, something, right?
Something.
Because DeVos is from the west side of
Yeah, he's the West Side.
Michigan.
Yep, Grand Rapids. They own that
Shout
town.
out Michigan.
Shout out Michigan.
Michigan, best. One of the best states.
One of the best states
in the Midwest.
in the Midwest. I will say, since going to I feel like Minnesota and Wisconsin, they're close up there. Iowa, we could lose. We could lose Ohio.
I feel like the plains should have their own thing, don't they?
I don't know, maybe.
Like Iowa, I'd put like in Kansas and Nebraska. Like
I think there should
I'd
be another
glue
area.
those people together.
Yeah, because Kansas is not Midwest.
Iowa's dragging the Midwest brand down.
Yeah, I agree.
And nothing against it.
No,
it's
against-
just
but
it's just not
It's not
Midwest.
our
It's not Midwest.
It's not Midwest. I know this
And
because
Missouri's an outlier.
Right, Missouri. Missouri's weird. Missouri's
Yeah.
the weird in between.
They're
one.
really they're probably actually we'll keep Iowa before we keep Missouri because Missouri's like we're the South and it's like well they're not quite the South.
Yeah.
But then
A few weeks ago.
you guys want to be the South? Well then fine, embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
Because the real
Embarrass
South is
yourself.
probably like they're not the South, and then
I almost feel
they're
like
not South
I feel
enough
like
for
the
the
South should be split up into two kind of areas because I feel like there's
Isn't
like
it?
deep South and then there's like South.
Virginia or something like
yeah,
that.
like there's like Kentucky, but then there's like Louisiana. I feel
Yeah.
like there's definitely like
oh
a
yeah,
lawyer.
they probably talk like that.
We don't know
Probably
how they
we've
talk.
never been down there.
She doesn't know.
No idea. Oh, we're talking. Somebody at my work was saying that their one of their parents had to do like speech therapy so I could get rid of. I want to say it's Alabama accent
Oh wow,
because it didn't sound like intelligent or something.
that's
I guess, but I was like, I was thinking of the Georgia accent. I was like, I would think in certain things, if you have a Georgia accent, you actually do sound smart because you're taking so much time. There's kind of like a condescending sound to it.
Yeah,
So some southern accents are gonna get you a lot further than others, I guess.
yeah, and there's like something to like the slower the lifestyle, the slower they talk.
So we gotta slow down.
We gotta slow.
Everyone on the podcast is like, we're playing this at 4 speed right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
and
Everyone's
that just
thumb
gets
is at
us
the
in-
right side.
Yeah, just.
Get to a point.
Oh, that was it. Okay,
That was it? That
Boring.
was all?
Now
Boring.
my
Didn't need it.
astrology update.
I saw one where it was like at the top of each video, she kept saying like your Venus sign, blah blah blah, and she would do an explanation thing, and I was like, you gotta stop that. You gotta get right to the meat. here. So I had to
that
just
intro thing? Yeah, I hate the intro
such
thing.
a long intro thing.
I think it has to do
My
with
God.
how they make money or something like that.
Or I
know
think
what I
it's
mean?
like you have to, like listen
Right?
to a minute
You got to get 30 seconds to
or
get the
something.
money or something.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's like, so if we were going to do the podcast, I'd be like, okay, so we have a podcast. It's very funny, very interesting.
funny.
There's going to be 2 sisters, but there's 4 siblings total.
But they're not here.
They're not
They
here.
don't live here.
And they refuse to be on the podcast.
They refuse to be on the podcast. Sean's like, Sean's
like,
Sean's
"Let
probably
me
calling
in."
me.
She's like
Sean's
knocking on the window.
Yeah.
Let me in.
I'm right out here, guys.
Guys, come on, let
That's
me in.
That's baby sister energy.
Yeah.
I need to
Josh
be
is
in.
like, what the fuck is this? This is stupid.
Yeah, Josh is gonna be like, this is stupid.
This
I'm
is
not
stupid.
listening
But
to
then he
this.
like sits down, like does an hour podcast with us.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what
that
he
would
do.
happen if he wanted to. I don't know. He's kind of shy.
I mean, in this setting, he'd be fine. He'd be
Yeah.
like, this is so dumb. Wait, so what is this, a podcast?
This
and then
is
he's
gay.
Like, and then he's like, yeah, exactly.
He's the guy that's still calling stuff
outdated.
gay. Yeah.
Outdated nomenclature.
He's like, that's gay. But then I played Zelda recently. It's kind of gay, Caitlin. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
I don't even know what that means.
Do you mean
Josh.
childish?
You mean cool?
I
Because
mean,
like now it's
cool?
like taking
gay is really
like,
cool.
honestly,
Gay is cool. Gay is in.
Yeah, exactly. Gay is in. So like, do you mean good? Like, I'm just confused, Josh.
I have no
Like, it's
idea.
honestly the meanings of everything's changed.
The meanings of everything has changed, and you got left behind, and it's scary.
It's scary.
And
to
it's
get
scary, and
left
we're
behind out
scared.
there, Josh. Scary. So, Josh, if you're listening, catch up.
Catch up. It's all right.
Time, catch up. Watch a few TikToks.
We were doing like I think it was a month ago or something, but we were up like way too late or something, and we decided to print out we printed out like maps of the U.S. and like some states are not where I thought they would be. Like I didn't know, like Colorado is a lot more middle than I thought.
Where do you think it was?
I kind of thought like I associated
Like on the ocean?
on the ocean.
The ocean? You thought it was on the ocean. Just admit it.
I thought it was a lot. I honestly kind of thought it was where Oregon is, kind of.
More north?
Yeah, I thought it was more like Pacific Northwest. I don't know why. But Denver is like basically the middle of the country.
Yeah.
It's very middle.
More Midwest than the Midwest, arguably.
Yeah, it's actually, that is the Midwest, is Denver.
Should split the country up while we're talking about this.
Yeah, we're going to
Let's-
split this country up.
Too big.
Too big.
Not enough.
Not enough resources.
Resources.
Split her up.
Divide it up. Divide and conquer.
I think you could divide California
How
into two
long
spots.
is too long to go? If your area has been conquered, how long? Can you come back from being conquered? Can you be like, we were conquered 200 years ago, but that's not that long ago. I still have,
Right. What's the statute of limitations on
yeah, what's
conquering?
the statute
Yeah.
of limitations on conquering? Can I come
don't know.
back and retaliate and take my land back? Can land be taken back anymore at this point?
I don't know.
Is conquering
Probably.
done? Is that just
Are people done conquering? I think they are.
I mean, I know place that's. I don't know what to say, but you know what I'm talking about.
I think.
But it truly is a problem.
No, it's really a problem.
It's
a
like
serious
embarrassing
issue.
because you're like, oh, it's embarrassing now because I guess back then it's like people were like there wasn't news on or like anyone highlighting this stuff like 200 years ago with like a news form.
Right.
Like so people are just like, I don't trust any news I do here, and plus it doesn't really affect me. But now it's like we're so aware of it, and we're like, that's not right.
I think, and this probably doesn't make any sense. In my mind, almost like conquering, I guess never made sense. But to some degree, I guess it made sense when you didn't know how much more Earth there was. Like when you didn't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, actually, now that I think about it, it makes even less sense.
All right.
Actually, now that I think about it.
So if you're Rome, makes less sense.
Like, it almost feels like it's like you don't know how much more is out there, and all of a sudden you're conquering, like, the state next door, but it's like there could be a state.
Empty
could be a
land,
place-
like why are you taking their land?
Yeah. I guess,
People for your labor. It's
yeah, that's
always
true.
about the labor.
Yeah, it's always
It
about
always
the
goes
labor,
back to
and not the
capitalism.
land, yeah.
Always goes back to capitalism.
Yeah, it always goes back to location.
Yeah, location. Oh, this is a nice little town you built. Be a shame if someone would take it, and then they just take it.
I thought about the location thing with the body positive movement
Okay.
stuff, because I was like, now it's not so much if you're like fat or you have fat, it's location.
Oh, where the fat's at?
Yeah. Like that'll make or break you.
Okay.
Like as someone who's like an apple shaped person, it's
yeah,
like
if
it's the
all,
location.
If all
that,
the fat's in your head, like that's
oh, sure.
that's something
that's-
different.
right,
You know,
that's
that's just something different.
That's something I was thinking like in your butt, but yes. Yeah.
Your butt. If it was in one foot,
But
not
if
the
it's
other
all in your
foot.
head, yeah, that's probably a medical condition. I would assume.
Exactly. Location.
Something, yeah. Like
One
no,
thing's
yeah,
gonna make you
that's a good
function.
point.
The other one's gonna probably
Yeah,
affect
sure,
that ability
sure.
to function.
Yeah, I didn't think about fat in the head, but that's a good point. Yeah, I was just like, oh,
It
now
is
it's
location because,
Yeah.
you know, if more fat was in my boobs, that would help me fit
Right.
bras. easily,
Exactly.
you
Yes,
know?
that's what I'm saying. Like they want, like it's not so much what you have; it's more where you have it. Unfortunately, so yeah, it's just you just got to do some reconstruction stuff, is what.
There needs to be an
Nice.
algorithm for where your fat goes.
Yeah, it will be in the future
the
when
future,
you can program
It's just
children.
going to be like, oh, clearly, like, this is what's on trend right now.
Mm-hmm.
You've been watching a lot of TikToks about this or that, so now your
Mm-hmm.
fat goes in this part of your body. You watch different TikToks, your fat goes in a different part of your body. Something like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You get the idea.
They say that like we as a society, I don't know if this is true or not, but it might be if you like look at like old paintings or something, that like people are getting hotter. I guess it depends on how you rate hotness or rate
Yeah.
beauty,
looks.
obviously. But like, do you think like that the insecurities are I think like the insecurities are gonna become more and more like micro. Like the same way that
Okay.
like hip dips are a thing, you know, like something like that, where you're like, years ago, it's like you had two steady, like, you know, like whatever, in ancient times, if you had like two steady legs, you were like the belle of the ball or something, you know?
Like, this lady still walks.
Wow,
That's pretty
all
cool.
right. Or
Back
like,
then, you were...
the leprosy hasn't gotten to all of their limbs. All
You
right.
have all your teeth. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you had all your, I mean, if you had all your teeth,
Come on. Something's going on. Medical mystery there.
I would have,
If you have all your teeth, you're lying.
you're lying.
And you're chopping down cherry trees.
You're chopping down cherry
You
trees.
probably chopped down a cherry tree or two.
And you probably lied about that too. We'll say it.
Everyone's like, his teeth were all like fucked up. They had animal teeth and this. I'm like, he didn't have any teeth. What choice does this person have?
I mean,
Did he have a choice?
he definitely took other people's teeth, and I think that was the problem.
He took other people's teeth?
Yes, I think.
Yeah, but I thought he had like, I thought they talked about the wooden teeth. And
Yeah,
the
I don't think
animal
that's
teeth.
true.
Oh, he just took other humans' teeth
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
out of other people's, like a live person? Or was it like someone that passed away?
George
or-
Washington.
God. Probably, God, it gets worse, doesn't it? It always gets worse,
It's
doesn't it?
exactly what you think it is.
It's always worse.
It's exactly what you think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says including human and probably cow and horse teeth. But I'm sure, I'm pretty sure.
Give me one of them horse teeth.
Give me one of them horse teeth.
I want one of them horse teeth. No, just the front tooth. It was very much a cosmetic procedure to do the horse tooth, is my guess.
It says some of the teeth might have been Washington's own pulled teeth.
Freak.
Seems
That's a
counterintuitive to rip a tooth out and put it back in.
Look, this guy didn't want to be in charge. So,
And then others came from enslaved people. Yep.
yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking
Yep.
happened. That's when you were like, it's is what you think.
It's
And I'm like,
exactly what you think.
"That's-
Yep. Yep. It says that his teeth were ravaged by disease and primitive dental care. But it says his first tooth was pulled when he was in his mid-20s, which
good.
doesn't seem that bad.
For a guy who doesn't have any teeth.
Well, I just feel like,
What are they doing with the teeth? Is it going to a denture? Or are they trying to shove it into his gum? Like, what's happening?
that's a good question.
Because this is disgusting. Like, why are you taking
It was
someone
more
else's
dentures,
tooth?
yeah. Throw in.
Like, why are you
yeah.
taking my tooth? Get the F away from me, freak.
God, this is so fucked up. It says that, contrary to myth, they were not made of wood. They were technically marvels of their day, crafted of lead, brass. His dentures were crafted of lead, brass, gold, and steel springs.
Spring?
What the? Why is there a spring in there?
happening?
What do you need these
What is
teeth to
happening?
do?
What is this thing?
I need these.
Like, I feel like if you saw
Yeah.
Washington today, you would, like, kill it because it'd be like, what the hell is that? Like, this demon with his fangs and his mouth and his...
He takes off his teeth, and it's like those like robotic teeth that like
Yeah, that's what it sounds
He's like,
like.
I want my teeth to be able to walk across a table. Can you do that? Why are there steel springs in his teeth? To open it? I have no idea. I don't understand.
All I know is
It said that the combination of human and animal teeth in the contraption was not uncommon.
okay. So you said earlier people are getting more attractive or something like that.
Or that people say that like okay, but this also might be. I think it's more that beauty standards are
People were
changing.
so ugly back then. It's disgusting. It's like hard to look at them. You know, see like a picture. Good thing photography was only invented somewhat recently in human history. You see
Well,
the evolution photos
And
that
also
they make?
paintings. I mean, paintings were basically the Photoshop before Photoshop.
Yeah, I mean, they
right?
were
Because somebody would be
really
like, I mean, they look
idealistic.
like. I mean, his skin looks like the
Polished.
color of urine, but let's make it a little more, because everyone was
I
ill.
mean,
Everyone was dying.
Yeah, but there was no plastic in the food back then, so
Oh,
it balanced out.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe they were hotter than we think. I mean,
Well,
but you had
their
illnesses
skin
they
was
couldn't
probably.
prove.
I
Their
know they're
skin
probably
was
filled with lesions.
Yeah,
Well, maybe not though, because there's no plastic. Again, no
No.
plastic. The sugar content's down.
yeah. But I just think like there's
They
like
probably like starved half the time.
yeah,
So
they're
wearing
probably
the
kind of hot.
Probably pretty good.
Probably now it's not. Now we've switched
But
back
go
over.
back a little further though, and they were half monkeys. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. Yeah,
that's
we
like,
were
It's the uncanny
Neanderthals.
valley.
Yeah.
thing Again,
I bet if we saw them,
disgusting.
they might not be as bad as we
I'd
think.
probably be creeped out.
She'd probably be
I don't
creeped
want
out.
to see some
Yeah.
evolution in between creature.
No, that's off-putting for sure.
No.
I mean, that's what happened to
And what's
Neanderthals.
gonna
We
take
killed
my-
those off.
And what's going to take my job?
They're gonna take your job.
Take my job? I don't know.
That's gonna be AI.
Yeah, AI is different.
Yeah, AI
And
is definitely gonna do
And
that.
it's going to look hot doing it.
It's gonna look really hot.
And it's
Somebody
gonna
said
be
that AI can make
hairless,
somebody said that
skin flawless.
flawless.
Plastic content, 0.
That's right.
It's just the concept.
It's just the concept of it. Somebody said that AI
Great, take
can
my
now
job.
take podcasts. They can do this.
I actually I did
Yeah.
use do that, yeah.
Yeah, which I was just like, what are we doing?
The podcast thing that I saw was like you could upload PDFs and some random garbage, throw it in there, and it'll make a podcast. And it's like, isn't this like actually creating like energy problems for
Yeah,
Earth?
yes.
And we're just here like, here, take a picture of my dog and this little
Yeah.
shoe I like, and here's a paper I wrote.
Yeah.
And here's like 20 Wikipedias. Just it's basically throwing everything into like what I imagine is like a blender, or what's that thing in the sink that destroys things? Not compactor, but
A food disposal?
a food disposal. And like whatever happens out of it happens, and it's like, okay, how long until the blender breaks? You know what I'm saying? How long until those blades something fries?
Something slows down.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, in my head, it'll be something like we can't go outside. We all have like air masks, obviously, to filter the air. It'll be so polluted and everything, but we'll be like, ooh, shiny AI toy. This is what I would look like in the 80s. And you're
Yeah.
like, great. Hope that gets you through the day, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Like here's like what my haircut should look like.
But what haircut should I get? Anyways,
This
here comes
is-
the 20 pills I
Yeah.
have to take because I can't go outside to get normal nutrients. That's what I think too. I was like just thinking about, because I was watching this medical guy the other day, and I was like, man, I got to be taking all these vitamins and minerals and stuff like that. And I'm like, I feel so stupid doing that.
Vitamins and minerals.
Like taking pills, taking like
Any pill?
zinc, you know what I mean? Or something like that, where you're like, I guess it's good, but in my head,
Yeah,
I'm
someone just solve it for us. Like
Yeah.
obviously,
But I think eventually
it's
that's
not
what we're gonna
working.
get to.
Something's not working, so let's
Yeah.
fix it. And I mean by it, I mean like all of it.
yeah, like burn it down.
Burn
Every
it down.
podcast is going to have something where capitalism gets burned down. Sorry, guys.
Strap
that's
in.
not
We'll
your-
probably edit it out or something. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
but also please sponsor us.
But we'll sell it. We'll push your product. You know, it's cool to be hating on the right things. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like
Yeah.
if we can target this right.
Yep.
Look, everyone is making money on the fact that we have to make money to survive right now. It's where we live. That's just the reality of things. So until AI gives us the solution, does all the work for us, this is where we're at.
I thought about this because I saw a video of like somebody talking about how like there are good cops, right? But then but like the thing of like ACABs is that like, oh, if you like are in the system, like if you participate in the system, that makes you a bad person. And then I thought about that and I was like, uh-oh, am I a bad person because I participate in capitalism? But I'm like, oh no, that I have to do that.
Yep.
Like I'm being like not being, but you like have to like. There's no way around it. Like
Right. I mean, that's kind of the same thing with.
in order to live.
Yeah, some people need a job, so.
Right. So we can bash it while we're in it. Because it always bothers me. They're like, you don't like capitalism? I do like your iPhone. Got it. Got it.
It's
Like, I need this for work. I don't. If I take this away, will capitalism end? Can I get out of capitalism?
If I trade my phone in.
Can I trade this in for...
You promise?
You promise? Because I would love that.
That's not how that works.
No, that's not how it works.
Nice idea, though.
Nice idea. Great idea.
Great idea. Love that
Love
idea.
that.
Trade
I love
your
the
phone
energy.
in to opt out of capitalism.
Love that you're going there.
I think a lot of people would trade it.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people wouldn't.
And some people wouldn't, and they'd be left behind, and that's
I
fine.
think it's like, okay, there's capitalism, and then without going a full tangent, it's like, we've talked about this before, it's the bare minimum regulations.
Yes.
That's like, people are like, oh, this is socialism, it's what I have to pay for you, and nobody's working. It's like, can we just, let's be realistic, just some regulations.
Just no.
Shareholders go to
They
bye-bye.
don't like woos.
Yeah, I know.
They don't like woos on their stuff.
It's all a monopoly game, and we're all ready to flip the board. So.
Jess has a solution for overly wealthy people.
It's a good solution.
Jess, tell them.
Solution is after a certain amount of profit, you have to carry that money on your person. So if
Physically.
you're a billionaire, let's say you're capped at $1 million, you can have $1 million in assets or whatever after that. All that money has to be carried around in physical form. Yeah, so basically...
Maybe even, I'll give them, I was thinking about the other day, I was like, I'll be generous. I'll say you can have over, let's say,
500 million.
Yeah, 500 million. And I'll give you, and then after that, then we tax the shit out of it. And I was like, also, as a treat.
She's generous, guys.
I'm very
this
generous.
offer is not going to last
It's not going to last forever. And the next offer is a guillotine. So
Yes.
you have to make a decision. But like, I was like, and I even said too, that I will, whatever the cap is, I'll even have it go up with inflation. Because I was like, what if in like 100 years, I mean, that law probably wouldn't be around for long.
Right. That's at 500 million.
Well, now 500 million is
like
just
what,
a
like
a one-bedroom
person at-
apartment.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Like
That's what I'm
That's
thinking.
like the rent for a one-bedroom apartment, not the ownership.
No, you don't own it. For 500 million?
In the future?
In the future?
At that point, it's like, what are we even doing? Numbers are just crazy. Let's just stop.
I mean-
some people. It's like kind of like it really is Monopoly. It's like, can we stop playing this game?
I don't
This
want to
game
play
kinda
this
sucks.
anymore. They're like, but you don't have a choice. And you're like, damn.
Like, can I get outside of the game, flip the board, and start over?
Because I'm mad about
And
it.
I wouldn't even start over. I wouldn't even play that game anymore. I'd be like,
No, I wouldn't
this
play the game.
Sucks.
I'm like, let's play Candyland.
I wouldn't even
I
play a
guess.
board game. I'd probably like
Yeah.
go outside and like make a potion in the woods.
That's true.
That's
Okay.
what I would do.
That's fair. You're like, then this way,
game's boring.
this
I wanna
way
go
nobody
swimming.
loses.
Yeah, like I'm not even playing a game anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just like living my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know how much I like enjoy games, or I don't really like competition.
She plays Catan every day.
I do play Sellers of Catan every day. It's the
On her
only.
phone.
It's the only competitive thing I do. I'm pretty nice though. I don't think I'm like someone who's like mean in Catan. I don't think I'm a mean player. Sometimes though, you get people. I'm like, oh, I don't know how people play internet or play video games online
I
because
don't know. People are playing internet.
I don't know. People are playing internet.
How you guys doing this internet thing? You going to WW or is it
You
WW?
playing these.
Is it WWW or is it WW? I never got past the WW. Never learned the website.
I never
code.
learned it. I never did pass the 20.
Remember how there's a
WW?
code? We'll have to learn code, and everyone's like, I have to learn coding to get online.
I just want to say that it was a nightmare. Like the first computer.
.com? Why is that even a thing?
The first
anymore?
computer classes, it was awful. You'd have to like, the teacher would print out a thing and they're like, go to this website and you have to be like, and you have to type in HTTP and then you have to make sure your slashes are right so you can go to this website. Do you remember that? Because they'd give us like sheets.
Yeah.
Because there was no way to like,
Send it to you. You couldn't send the link.
there wasn't like Google. You couldn't like,
What am I sending the link to? Your email that you don't
Yeah,
have?
the email you
Come
don't
on,
have.
Stream on.
it was just so like, you'd have to like type it all out. I remember being like, oh my God, this is so, and then if you like, like something messed up, they're like, oh, it didn't work.
What would have happened if we were at school during the pandemic? We didn't have internet. Like, I guess school had just been delayed back when internet wasn't as widely available.
Yeah, probably.
Or maybe they would have had like, if you somehow still lived in an area where internet just didn't exist at your house, they maybe had like internet, like libraries or something like that for kids that like, so like, where would we have gone? Like, what would we have done? Dad's like, you can't go to school, right? Dad, I need internet for school. Sorry, I need to like get on and
I have
research
to go on the
something.
phone. You couldn't go on the phone. You couldn't get calls.
Dial up.
It went through. I don't know how dial-up worked, but somehow it was
the phone?
It used the phone lines.
Guys, the internet was on the phone, which
Internet was
actually
on the phone.
they're like, when the Apple guy was like, let's put internet on the phones. Everyone's like, that's crazy. It's like kind of not that crazy. We were already
kind of like what the internet's always been.
kind of where the internet started.
Yeah.
With dial-up. He was just packaging it into one phone,
I think
and he made it so you could get called and be on the internet. That's a game changer.
that's a game changer.
I know there's a few steps in between there.
And we don't know the guy.
We
have
don't know
no
the
idea
guy. We don't know
We
the
don't know the
steps.
person.
Don't
We
care
know the
to know,
steps.
honestly.
And please don't tell us. We want to keep it a secret.
I like the mystery of it.
Whoever was doing it. When I was looking up how much money we spent on the space race and how obscene like the money we spent on, at least in the 60s was. And I accidentally, like, I guess there's like this website. I don't know what it was called, but it was some like right-wing website because I started reading it.
The space race is like spending, like when you go to college and they spend money on like the sports team and you're like, I don't participate, but
I don't care. Yeah.
great, love that.
Love that. Yeah. And it was like, a crazy amount of money. Like we couldn't have started universal
Our
health
team
care back then.
won.
Like,
okay.
It's
Nothing to me.
But in the article, like they tried to say like, and because of this, like, the space, whatever. And I guess if I'm wrong, let me know. But that they're like, oh, the space led to this, and this led to less regulations on businesses. And I was like, wait a second. And then I looked up the website, and I was like, and it was like, oh, this is a right wing website. And I was like, yeah, because I was like, I don't know how space leads to us deregulating businesses.
Listen to your right wing radio station.
Just listen to it.
Rush Limbaugh will calm you to sleep.
God, it would suck to be Russia though. Like, as stupid as we are for doing it, to like do it and then not be, to be the loser in that. That's tough.
Yeah, to waste the money.
That's tough.
Russia
Makes
doesn't
me
really have the
makes
money.
me thinking about it makes me want to invade another country.
Makes me want to. I don't know.
I just feel like that's like really rough for the Russians. So
Russians are having a hard time out there, struggling.
yeah, they're struggling.
It's because they want to be the U.S. and only the U.S. can be the U.S. Sorry.
Only the U.S. can be a monster. Okay.
Really yeah.
Either you can be this much of a jerk to everybody.
Yeah, the U.S. is like Regina
It's
George,
like Regina George, yeah.
and it's like you can only have one.
You can only have one.
Otherwise, you have to like throw the other one in the bus, which is what Russia was trying to do to the U.S. But the U.S.
So
is
then
not gonna
this
let
would
it
have been
happen.
it would have been better had we been thrown into a bus.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Actually, no, the U.S. wouldn't take the L. They would be like they would just be throwing their bombs everywhere.
Yeah, they would be.
They'd be just like Russia right now, where it's like any second they could just throw a bomb on us.
Yeah, they're just, yeah.
Any day.
I don't know what they're up to, but
I mean, like, would the U.S. even be as bad if Russia didn't exist as like a eager competitor? I guess.
I don't know.
Like, is Russia the only competitor we have, or do we have another one?
China.
Oh yeah.
China.
Oh god.
Oh God.
That's a Trump reference for the people that don't follow politics at all. And somehow escaped it.
Yeah, somehow escaped
Lucky
the
son of
castle
a
with it.
guns.
I feel like what it is, and we're still in it, and I feel like this is like sad, but I feel like the U.S. is like, I feel like the U.S. is basically a kid who like peaked in high school.
Yep.
Like we for sure peaked in high school, and like that, and we're like, remember World War II and how great we were, and it's
We
like
came in at the last second
We
and
saved
won
everybody.
and caught the ball and blew up a country.
remember how cool we
Yeah,
were,
kinda
and it's
fucked
like
up.
God,
like,
that
was actually kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
like, you guys should think
it's
about that.
really
but they're like, don't. They just
embarrassing.
think it's cool. But
Yeah.
they're like, and we bullied everyone.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
That's
Yeah.
why I always think of
But like everyone else is like, I guess we can't say anything. They made a
yeah.
bomb.
Like he's the star quarterback, and he'll beat me up
Yep.
if I say
Shove him in the
anything.
locker.
But
That's
now
right.
it's like, years later, and like a lot of countries have like grown out of even being competitive. Like I don't see, like maybe Britain still pretty. But like, I feel like a lot of these countries are kind of like, we're not like competing.
We also know nothing about this, so
we
I
know,
know nothing.
I know
really,
we don't
truly
know. We're
Somebody
just
could be
talking.
Like, they're
yeah,
it's like what it feels like.
It's
This is what the
this is a
world
feeling
feels like.
podcast. This is not fact based, so do not
This
listen.
is what
to
my
anything I said.
intuition's
But my
telling me.
intuition tells me that a lot of people, like, I don't feel like Germany and Japan, they did more internal work. Like after doing that stuff, they were like, okay, like what if we give like people help? You know what I mean? Like I don't know if Japan has healthcare or not, but I know Germany does. And I feel like they did internal work, and the U.S. was like, I'm just gonna keep doing external stuff to like try to put a Band-Aid on like not doing. You know what I mean? Like
Not
the
doing
U.S.
the
needs to
work,
go to
yeah.
therapy and just do the internal work,
It won't.
which it won't, because it's like remember the 50s when we had.
Let's get back to the 50s.
Remember when
But
we
like
got,
not really, because honestly, only
No.
a few of us can be wealthy.
no, yeah, and I just feel like but they don't actually want to, like I thought about like like I always say like conservatives are like that friend who is like, man, remember how much fun you were in college and stuff, and you're like, oh, I was an alcoholic. They're like, man, I miss that. And you're like, yeah, that was a
fun.
bad time.
Yeah.
Like they all want to go back to a time where you're like, yeah, that wasn't like good.
And
Yeah, but you were so cool though.
you were cool
You were so cool.
in college.
Yeah. It makes me think of I don't know if you've ever like seen the episode of The Simpsons where like Lisa is president and Bart's like her, and like in order to get China to do something,
Oh,
Bart's
yeah.
like, China, you used to be cool, and then China's
still
like,
cool.
we're still cool. We're still cool. Which I was like, God, that's such a good
It's such a good
a good move. That's such a good like sibling move. Like, man, you used to be cool.
Used to be cool.
Used to be cool. Or like a good sibling move is to try to time somebody. We used to do that with Sean a lot.
Really? I don't remember doing that.
Like whenever like you needed something and to get Sean to go and do it, we'd be like, all right, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and like, don't you want to beat your time? Which is like no time's being
Yeah. Calculated.
documented or anything. It's
Like, I
just
want to see my
more-
stats.
It's like that thing, like,
Accurate.
which is funny, like, because I feel like now the internet does it, but like where I think Mom recently was talking about the Stanley.
Sean loves her Apple Watch. So
Sean loves her Apple Watch.
younger siblings, Apple Watch connection, probably there. Somebody's doing the data.
Someone's doing the
Somebody
data.
do the work.
Someone do the data. Baby sister Apple Watch. Okay, come back. But like ads will do that or like things will do that where they're like, or if you have something in your cart, they're like 24 people just added this to the cart.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Items in your cart
Hurry
disappear
up,
after
fill it
30
out
minutes.
fast.
Yeah. It's like that. I feel like that's
Paper
the same
towel
thing.
selling out fast. All right, I guess I'll miss out this
Oh,
time.
yes, I miss out. Mom, like
Fine.
a couple of months ago, was talking about a Stanley Cup, and she was like going to get a Stanley Cup for Jess, and I was like, she's not going to want
No.
a Stanley Cup. Nothing about that is Jess. And
If anything, it would just annoy me and make me feel uncomfortable because now I have to pretend to like. It
yeah,
just makes me
to be this
uncomfortable
person,
to have
yeah.
a gift that I don't want to have.
Yeah. And so, but she's like, but they're selling out like on like whatever website, and I was like, they're not like,
Oh,
or
yeah.
even if they are,
Yeah. Even if they are,
Yeah.
who cares? I'll
Yeah.
get it next time. Whoops, I missed out.
I wonder
think
if
there's,
it's
like-
worse or better now, because I feel like we came up obviously up through like the Beanie Babies craze, like that pressure, like that consumer pressure of being like, this is in, like you got to get it now. What's going to disappear? Like only so many sold. Like
I don't know. It probably always works.
yeah, it probably always works.
People hate being rushed.
People, I hate being rushed.
It's so much easier just to be like, all right, here's like $20 and I'll deal with it later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
But adds up.
Adds up.
Adds up.
I hate being. I feel like I kind of shut down if I'm being rushed, a little bit.
Yeah, you're not going to act.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times I'm like, if I have to rush to do it, it's not when this isn't worth it.
Yeah. I'll miss out.
I've missed out on so many opportunities,
So many
so many things, so many times. My
so
future
many
self has come back to
times
me.
HBO reaches out. Caitlin's like, they're like, get back to us in a week. And Caitlin's like, I'll do it. Okay.
Yeah. Comedy Central's like,
Whoops.
Caitlin, you got one day to tell
Every
us.
time it happens.
Happened so often. I was like, you know what?
Whoops.
If you're gonna pressure me,
If it's meant to be, they'll come here. They'll carry me there. I'll sign. They'll sign. Help me move my hand and sign the thing.
they'll move in with me and then just listen to what I say every day document it.
Yes, as I lay down.
Yes. Honestly, they'll fit out where I live in with cameras.
Yeah, they'll just green screen the whole
Yeah.
house.
Love Island
So
me.
that way they can put you in different environments. Like you have to. The only thing is they physically.
I'm
dress
so
you
lazy
in-
I won't go on a stage.
Yeah.
So like I'm literally like in bed like laying down and they've CGI'd me standing up on a stage just like,
also-
hey guys, you ever notice? Hold on, I'm turning.
They also do something that's like they put you in like a Andy Circus outfit or like
Yeah.
that's green screen too.
Yeah,
so
I have all these dots
so
on.
it can look like you wear different outfits and things.
Yeah.
And do different expressions that you aren't doing.
That I'm not doing for no reason. It doesn't help the show. It's not. People don't need it. Why is she in a rainforest?
Honestly, it's just we'll do it in post.
Yeah,
We'll
it's like
do it
it's
in
a
post.
lot of post work.
Lot of post.
Work.
Shout
It's
out
honestly
post
not.
work.
Shout out to post work.
This is whole podcast.
All post
This whole
work.
podcast,
Yeah.
we're sleeping actually.
Yeah, we're actually
fully
sleeping.
asleep.
We're fully sleeping.
This is all post. This is the magic of post.
This is the magic of post. We're not even here.
I'm not even here. I'm not
These
even
sofas
real.
don't
I'm
even. This
AI.
this is CGI'd.
This is CGI.
This was.
should look like
this
a-
isn't real.
This is
Yep.
just a green jumpsuit.
These
I'm
are just
wearing.
dots on a stick.
Yes.
Yeah, and then everything's added post.
This is the
Everything's
hat.
added post. Yep. This
I'm
the hat
wearing a green suit with dots.
Yeah.
I should be wearing a white shirt in post.
in white. Yeah, I have a black T-shirt on in post.
Yep.
Yep.
Very
It's
fun.
so much money.
It's
Very
excruciating, a lot of
expensive.
money.
It's and so much energy. AI, a lot of AI. Yeah.
Yep,
It's not worth it.
Stanley's my dog. He has to wear a little green suit just in case they don't want him in the shot sometimes. So
Mm-hmm.
they change it. And sometimes he's a crazed fan that's coming up on stage. and
Yeah,
you're like,
but they
"Oh my
can't cover
God."
him all up, so sometimes you'll just see like a floating
Little
head.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, and like a tail.
But this is like what the younger generations they want. They're craving this
love
chaos. They're craving
They love chaos.
what's reality, what's not reality. Am I here? What matters? What doesn't matter? They don't want a storyline that's
A head
threaded.
coming out of a toilet kind of thing.
They like that.
They love
They
that.
can take a head very easily now and put it in post in the toilet.
Mm-hmm. We had stuff. We were very grounded in reality.
Yeah, I like that about us.
I like that about us. Yeah.
I like that you had a VHS tape. You had to pick it out. It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
just
Pick it
like-
out.
I can hardly. I can't pick out a movie on Netflix.
No.
It takes so long.
I think that the problem is that where we grew up, we didn't have cable or anything, so we only had like the 7 channels. So a lot of times, if we wanted to watch something, we only had so many VHS tapes to choose from, and I feel like that kind of, I don't want to say it added to like our decision. Like I think it's decision fatigue, but I feel like growing up with not having a lot of like
Decision.
yeah, you're not like I wonder what snack I'm gonna eat. There's only one snack. It's like in the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everything was kind of.
Yeah, people talk about that going to different countries and they come to the U.S. and they're like, "Oh, the U.S. is overwhelming because the grocery stores actually
Too many
do have
options.
so many options,
So
yeah.
many options, and you're like, "What's the difference between all of these?" Yeah,
It's just fun.
it's just
It's like
fun.
what feels good to you, right?
Yeah.
That's the U.S. It's what feels like. I feel like that's why no one knows anything about what's going on in the world because we all
Yeah.
just have a different.
And us
and
included.
our
Yeah.
feelings
Yeah.
are just.
Yeah.
And it's just what your own personal feeling is.
Right.
That changes day to day, minute to minute.
How you're feeling, where you're
You
going,
know, what you care about, what you don't care about.
overwhelmed. I just feel like I don't even know what to like look at when I look at.
Food. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm always like, "Is this good?"
That's
This is
why I
bad?
do a meal kit. I won't say the name because
She won't say the name 'cause we
I
need to get
won't say-
sponsorship
It's
from
extra
them.
secret, but it makes my life so easy. Tastes great.
Tastes great.
Got lots of options.
Got lots of options.
It's the easiest one out there.
A friend of ours kind of changed his eating style.
It changed. This person was on the brink of being homeless, sick.
Yep.
What's that like? What's all those like obese moods? Like fat and dead, nearly dead, or something.
Yeah.
What's that?
Fat, sick, and
Nearly dead, or something.
and dying or something.
Something like that. Just trying to make like a joke about how it's like that.
Oh, that he's like thin, sick.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, fat, sick, and nearly dead.
Fat.
Oh,
sick.
there's a
Sequel?
Fat, sick. There's a sequel. There's a sequel.
Remember that movie? Everyone loved that movie. Fat, sick, and nearly dead. Why don't we make
Yeah.
a second one.
Let's make a second one.
This time.
The second one is what?
Fatter, sicker. And beyond the,
The
grave.
juicing had the opposite effect.
Oh, is that? Oh,
He's
is
the
about
juicing guy, I think. Yeah,
Fat, sick, and nearly dead. What's the sequel?
I have no
Fat,
idea. That's a
Fatter,
Fatter, sicker, and deader than ever.
fatter, sicker, and still here.
And nearly dead too.
Nearly dead. What's like a more emphasis on dead, but
It
not
just says
dead?
and nearly dead too.
Two.
I feel like you can't.
Such a miss.
I feel like also it
opportunity.
kind of negates the first one because like weren't you supposed to be like healthy now? Like aren't you supposed to be like healthy now? So
I like the idea.
Why
of
are
the
you
sequel,
still
fat
fat
and sick, nearly
Yeah.
dead? He just drinks juice, right? And then he's like healthy
Yeah.
or something. The second one, it's like, what's he doing? And then it's like, the juice didn't work. It made me more fat and sick.
Turns out it's not
Alright.
sustainable. You can't just drink
Turns
liquid.
out losing weight
You
makes
need
you gain weight.
food.
Oh fuck. Or Ken.
Oh, it says that the story. It says what began as a story of one man is now a story about millions.
Oh, millions. I doubt that. A million people have a juicer? I don't think so.
I mean, a lot of people had juice. We had a juicer at one point.
We had one. Do they still? When did this come out?
This was 2014.
If they would have followed us when we got the juicer, it'd be like, yeah, it's nice to have some juice.
Yeah.
But it's like, I wasn't eating it as like a meal replacement.
No, and they also
like,
would have.
"This
Also, the guy
tasty."
probably would have been like, "You're counteracting all of this with an obscene
Is
amount
that
of ice cream.
in your
Yeah.
fridge? Yeah. And
Do you want it juiced?
you want? Do you want it? You can't have it because you're nearly dead. So
Okay, it says that after the film Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead documented his 6-day juice fast, Joe Cross vowed never to go on camera again.
they always do that.
They always do
God.
that. Drama queens. Since then, more than 20 million people have seen the film, and Joe realized there's a lot for
They
him.
need me in the front of the camera.
They
Put me in
need
front.
me.
I'm saving lives.
They need me.
Where's the camera?
Joe realized that there's a lot more for him to learn about becoming healthy and staying that way.
Staying, you know what? It wasn't sustainable.
It wasn't fucking
Probably was
no, it's not.
huffing down the ice cream.
Yeah.
Right as soon as he could. He's like,
Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead 2 taps into the tsunami. I don't think you should
God.
use things like
yeah,
that.
that's a
I don't
little
think-
bit.
Yeah.
People die from that.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up.
That's like okay, tsunami of what?
Tsunami of positive change.
That's like saying the school shooting of positive change.
I was riddled with bullets of
Health.
happiness. Yeah, exactly.
Sustainability.
Yeah, like why are you using a natural disaster to?
Describe your
I feel like there's probably a better term he could have used, or they could have used, whoever wrote this.
like a mass weapon.
Yeah, mass weapon of change.
Yep.
Of positive change that's sweeping the world when it comes to what we eat. As Joe sets out to learn how to be healthy.
I like the idea of like health things like turning or just something like this being like I have this mass weapon of like health. Like, all right, that's all we need to hear, boys. Let's get on.
yeah.
Like
Exactly. Yeah.
anyway.
I dropped an A bomb of factual healthy nutrition. What?
like-
Why are you
all right,
saying it like that? Weird.
Like he's like you're just admitting to crimes. They're
Yeah.
cut up in my in my basement for health purposes. That really made my life out like slowly. You're like, wait a second, this is like a whole
Wait.
crime that he's admitting.
What?
They do that, ladies. They do that.
They do that.
They admit to what they're doing the whole time.
Each one of Joe, he talks to experts. Each one helps Joe learn that healthy eating is only one aspect of living a healthy life.
Oh, what else do we have to learn?
I don't know.
I can't learn anymore.
I guess you have to be fatter, sicker, and nearly dying, deader.
Fatter, sicker.
From staying at home moms to world-class surgeons to officer workers in Kenya, it seems like everyone is trying to be healthier, yet struggling to do so.
Idiots.
Idiot.
Do they try drinking more water?
They try drinking more water, yeah, or juice. While on the road, Joe experiences some ups and downs when it comes to managing his own weight. Oh,
He's just drinking
Joe. Can't gain your weight
All right,
back.
yeah,
People
I
hate
can't.
that.
Your whole thing. He's like, that's why I vowed never go on camera again. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna gain it back.
He's like,
And
I'm going to be a regular person now. This is not sustainable.
like I got super thin for the show, did the movie,
Yep.
got my money, checked out.
Yep.
It's the whole Biggest Loser thing.
Joe's food battles resemble those of the everyday people he meets on his journey.
Okay.
This personal, intimate, and often funny stories show that wanting to change is often easier than actually doing so. Yes, obviously. Like,
Yeah, wanting to do anything super easy.
yeah.
Like, so easy. I could like want to do things all the time.
I guess he catches up with a truck driver from the first
I love
time.
when things say nothing.
Yeah.
One needs to change.
It's kind of hard to do.
Kind of turns out
There's a
lot
little
easier.
tough.
we did the research.
Turns
It's-
out thoughts aren't actions.
Turns out it's really easy
Doctors are looking into it.
to think about what you like
Yeah.
than it is to do anything. Doing things much harder than just not doing them.
I guess and this isn't bad. It says that I guess the film is supposed to be about community, which I guess is good.
Juice community.
Yep.
What else was Joe juicing? That'd be my version of it.
Yeah.
But Joe went
What
on a
else
different
was
kind of
Joe
juicing thing.
juicing?
What else was he juicing up? I guess that's like a...
Oh, this sounds like something like a conservative say. It says, and that the final decision about what to put in your mouth is what Joe calls the last 2 feet of freedom.
Oh, God.
This is the only thing you've got control over.
Yeah, that's like that's also like eating disorders have a lot of control issues and like...
Yeah.
It's like, oh, if I can control this, then I'll end
Right.
up being...
So Joe now has a full-blown eating disorder, probably.
Clearly. I
Clearly.
mean, if you're only drinking juice as your food, like, I would
That's
call
fair.
that a straight up, like, put that person.
It's crazy 'cause
wherever-
I remember-
wherever people that eating
I remember he
disorders
was
go,
on
from
the
there.
road, so he had to plug the juicer like into his car.
Honestly, like, juice was like the biggest mess. Like, having that thing on
Yes.
the road, I would just like be like, I can't do this.
Because remember the cleanup from like it just being in the kitchen,
Yeah, like you have that like
and this dude's
screen.
in the car.
Like, it's so easy. Like,
So easy to do this.
juicing on the road. It kind of makes me think of Homer Simpson when he has like all those like devices in his car and like almost crashing.
yeah,
He has,
yeah,
like, a
yeah,
toaster.
yeah.
That's basically what the juicer is.
Yeah, that's basically what it
Like
is.
too much. Like being on the road's already annoying as hell, and then
Yeah.
it's like let's add in like this really complicated way of eating. Like, and being on the road's like tiring.
Let's
and
make my food
exhausting.
something that can spill.
Let's make my food a spilling thing, and also a thing that like requires fresh produce. Like if I'm on the road,
Yeah.
and, like a sandwich, you know what I mean? Like there's just a
You're
little,
looking to get anything fresh on the road.
yeah, exactly. But like he like you really it is trying to like be like anyone can do it, and it's like no excuse. Like,
His life
on the
is
road,
so
and you're
that's
like,
so
buddy,
sad. Oh god,
This is
that
a disaster.
sucks.
I bet I want to know how many juicers they went through. I bet you some things dried up, crusted. They
Oh my
tossed
God,
it.
they're
Got a new one in
they
there.
went through ju-
They
they
had
were-
a crew on cleaning duty for that thing.
I also feel like too it does like
How many
I
coolers they were using.
being on the road and like not sleeping in your own bed is not like a fun thing to do. Like it's fine, I guess, if you're doing it because you're doing something you love, blah blah blah. But so the fact that like I think that was like the only thing he could control. Like he's like, I'm gonna make sure I have my juice.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
can't
have the
sleep in my
juice.
bed. I have to constantly be driving, but I'm gonna get the juice.
I'm getting the juice.
I'm getting juice.
It's like, if
I
just
need
keep drinking
this.
juice. Can't say I'm not healthy. It's that sort of thing.
I wonder if maintenance phase is on this.
The juicing thing.
The fat, sick, and nearly dead. Yeah.
I don't think they have. I feel like I remember it.
The guy that I dated in college, I remember him watching it, and he's like, "We're eating such bad food and blah blah blah," and I was like, "Bro, you're boiling your hot dogs. Like you're not like the pinnacle
There's a
of
few
health."
steps.
Yes,
Like, we're
exactly,
eating
yeah.
so bad.
He's like, "Oh my god, it's so messed up. We have to be eating healthier." And I
Like,
was
it's
like,
not
I
that
mean,
he's boiling his hot dogs; it's that he's eating
No.
hot dogs.
For sure,
right?
yeah,
You know
sure,
what I'm
sure,
saying?
sure.
It's like,
Our dad also did it. That was another thing too. I was like, "Oh my god, my dad boils hot dogs." I was like,
was
this-
it who I think it was?
Yes, it was a
Yeah.
red flag. I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
god, I should have read. I should
Yeah.
have listened to that."
Sometimes it's like
If
this
you're
is-
boiling hot dogs, ladies, red flag.
if
Just eat the
yeah.
hot dog then. At that point, you know, just don't eat a lot of hot dogs. You know.
I don't know. Just what's happened. I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it because I'm sure there'd be like if we did post that, there'd be people like commenting like, "I love boiled hot dogs." Like, fine. It's like that's fine. It's just
That's
No,
fine, but
we're-
you're also a psychopath.
you're also strange. and
You're also
good with that.
strange and probably should be on a watch list.
That also reminds me of Dad being like, for like a good like year, he would like if he called you to be like somehow would figure out how to bring up that he boils meat that has like gone bad to like clean
Yes.
it essentially, like basically
To-
remove toxins and then he can eat it. And it's
Yeah,
like
kill the bacteria or
because he
whatever, yeah.
can't waste things. And it's like
Yeah, he has a hard time wasting stuff. Yeah.
but it's like you can't waste things, but you're okay not tasting things. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Well, he'll just slather it with sauce or something, but it's gross. Anyways, but he would always bring up how he boils meat and how he's like, well, now you guys know if you're ever like in some sort of, I feel like apocalyptic situation where we have to eat. It was always roadkill. Have you heard him say this to you? No? He's like, if you have to eat roadkill, just boil it, kind of thing. But I'm like,
in the apocalypse, is there
I
a lot
guess
of
in some sort of
roadkill?
situation where we'd have to eat roadkill. I don't know what that situation is, but clearly that's something Dad has thought about and really emphasized.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I imagine if Dad has a will, it'd be like, okay, in case you guys have to eat roadkill,
yeah.
they can only have this money if they sign that they understand that if roadkill has to be eaten, they do boil it first.
I like it too because he like didn't teach us like how to build a fire or anything. Like nothing to
Or like even butcher an animal. At
yeah,
all or
butcher
something
exactly.
like
Yeah,
that.
like something basic.
So
Yeah,
then
no,
that
that's a
was
good
like,
point.
okay, that translates further than
Yeah,
I don't even know what meat. I don't know.
yeah. I wouldn't even
First
know
thing.
what, and also I wouldn't. Yeah, I would just die.
Yeah, it's fine.
Obviously.
Like, what is the situation that I'm eating roadkill like?
No, it makes me think the RFK thing or whatever, where he like either hit a bear or found a bear or whatever, and he's like, well, I can't, and then I'll just like, well, I'll
Eat it.
I'll eat it and I'll store the meat, and then he's like, oh, I don't have time to butcher it or something, so I'll throw it in the park or something. Which is just crazy to me. Or that woman that we saw on the 90 Days
What?
that eats chicken
Oh, yeah.
but doesn't want to see the chicken butchered. You're like,
Yeah. I feel like some people are like, I understand it. And I'm like, I get it, but like, don't eat meat then if you can't
yeah, don't eat
handle it.
meat.
I'm sorry.
I don't eat meat because I can't handle it.
There should be, this is how you get meat eating down. If every year you're required, if you want to keep eating chicken, you have to kill one of the chickens to eat
Yeah.
it. Now, can you? Maybe this year I skip because I'm like, I don't feel like doing it this year.
Yeah.
So now I'm not eating chicken for a year.
Yeah. Or a cow.
A cow, I think I could easily, I could give up red meat.
Yeah, you
I
could give
think
up
I
red
could,
meat. Yeah. I think a pig would be hard. Yeah.
I don't really, I avoid pork if I can.
Yeah. Maybe that's why people.
Like, I don't make a thing out of it if I'm at a
Yeah.
restaurant or something, but I try to avoid ordering it.
I wonder if that's
And in that meal kit,
in our meal kit,
when we get a sponsorship,
the meat comes pre-killed.
it comes pre-killed. You select the animal you want to kill, and you can either opt in to watch the video of the slaughtering,
or opt out.
opt out. It gives you the choice, which is really nice. But yeah,
And then
I never get
also
pork.
for an extra fee, you can have a little tombstone made and the animal named.
And the animal name.
It's worth it.
Or you can pay extra money if you're vegan to have that food removed, chicken saved. Oh, the vegan saved the chicken before you could buy the chicken, so there's no chicken. So the vegan paid for the chicken. So the chicken lives another week.
The chicken just 1 week.
Well, next week it starts over again.
Oh God! I
And
only
then there's
saved the chicken a
battle
week.
between the vegans and the meat eaters.
Wow!
Every week.
Every week for money.
I don't know how they do it. There'd be some sort of point system, I think.
Yeah. Some kind of point system.
That you could like be like, oh, as a vegan, I'm whatever meal kit service. I have this many points. I've got, they're always trying to be like, you got a free box this week.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
you get a few extra points so you can steal your chicken back this
Yeah.
week. So you can eat it. Access to meat in your meal kit.
Yeah.
Or if you're vegan, steal the chicken back.
I
Have
feel
it
like
live. Steal it enough times, it's free.
Wait, so like, and it also encourages you, like, this is the 10th time this chicken's saved. It will go to live the rest of its life. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm into it. Okay. Like, this
Yeah.
pig was saved enough times. Now it retires in peace.
Now it retires in peace. So there's only so many times it can be
Okay.
saved, and then it's freed.
But it's a Squid Game for those 10 weeks.
Exactly. Yeah, you're getting it. That would make the meal kit service really fun.
Really fun.
I think I'd be, they keep telling me about like, oh, free box this, give a free box there, that.
Yeah.
I want to know about saving the chicken
Yeah.
or winning the chicken.
Winning the
'cause
chicken.
sometimes I want meat. Sorry.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Sometimes you got to kill a
I
chicken.
don't know if the same game would work for fish. I think there would be a less of a, I'm just saying fish aren't as high up.
Yeah, they're
but
not as cute. Yeah.
chicken, a cow, certainly.
Yeah.
I'd be using my points on cows, and I'm not even vegan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right.
Oh, yeah. Or like using your points or something. I would even say use it, and this probably happens. There's probably like influencers that
Sad,
have
but
cows.
this would actually be a thing, probably. This is where we're headed. If If we keep going the way we're going. If we keep doing things the way we're doing.
Yeah.
This is where it's headed.
They like
Because you think regulation would do it. It's certainly
no.
not.
No. I think that's part of the
Ask any Tyson farmer, they'll tell you.
I think that's part of the reason why when like a lot of people when they immigrate, like when our mom, like her family, when they immigrated here, that like meat became a bigger thing because I think you didn't have to kill it now. Like I can go
Yeah.
buy stuff in the store,
I
and
agree.
if you lived on a farm and you like moved somewhere where you're like all of a sudden, oh, meat is like readily available, like I don't have to go out and butcher something. Like oh wow, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably why
Part of it.
it's seen as like it was seen as like a really good thing to have
Yeah.
a bunch of meat. Yeah, and it was so hard
And
for
it's like
years before to
costly,
get it.
right?
Yes, expensive,
They
yeah.
didn't have it on some sort of Henry Ford
Yes,
assembly
yes.
machine system.
Monster Henry Ford.
Henry Ford.
Henry Ford and George
Did it.
Washington, you're on our shit list.
I wonder what his teeth were doing.
Yeah. We said it. Check out his teeth.
Look it
Look
up.
at the teeth.
Look up the teeth. You'll see.
My mom,
You'll see they're not all there.
you'll see they're not all there. Some of them are little cars.
Springs might say.
Springs.
Might say springs.
Mom-
Were they the same teeth?
Yeah.
They could be the same teeth.
They could be the same. It's probably the same teeth.
Anyone that's in charge,
probably just
anyone that
passing
has a
those
lot of
bad boys
influence,
down.
you know who probably has the teeth now? Elon.
Yeah. Elon's
He
got
has the
them
weird
teeth. He's got those weird teeth.
I think they're haunted.
You had to oil your teeth.
Clink, clink.
Clink, clink, clink. Now
Where
I can
was that
talk
from
more
where the guy-
nonsense.
Is it the
Easy.
Tin Man where he's like oiling
Yeah,
himself?
yeah.
It's like stop.
I'm sorry,
It's
Tin
just
Man,
kinda
but like
gross. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like I don't know. It's like if I thought of it as a human, I know it's a Tin Man or something. But if I thought it was a human, I was like constantly having to put like
you
oil
should do
on
that in
myself.
private.
Like,
Yeah, like oil yourself up in private.
can you like use your medicine? Not
Yeah,
here? Like
to,
it's
like-
like putting eye drops in public. It's like can we just it's just not like look like
yeah.
maybe not be a Tin Man.
And also, like,
weird.
maybe hold off on the heart and, like, get this oil situation figured
Yeah,
out.
like, if you were
become self-oiling or something.
or like
I don't know.
call,
What?
call it.
You mean, like,
Yeah.
yeah. You're not really living life.
Or get an alloy mixed in there. I'm not sure.
if you have enough points, you can keep the Tin Man alive for another week.
For just another box, you can.
You can oil them up.
$10
We'll oil
this
them. We'll
month.
send you the video of the oil. So sad. Tin Man's like, please let me die.
You can de-oil him. Extra money to de-oil him.
Deal. You can take the oil out. Can make his death faster.
Or more painful.
More painful. Yeah, more painful. Yeah.
It really is.
You'll only die with a certain amount of time. That's how everything works. Supposedly he was chopping. I think like the backstory is that he was chopping wood and he got like too focused on chopping wood in the rain, and then he got rusty, and so he did that to himself.
Why is he made of tin?
I have no idea.
What's happening?
What a terrible system.
What is tin?
I don't like a metal.
Is it a mixed metal? Is it like an element chart from chemistry?
No, it's got to be mixed, right?
Was it iron? It's got to be iron.
Tin
The rust.
made of. Tin is found in the ore. Tin oxide. Doesn't tell me. So is tin an element?
Is tin
Is tin an element?
and it's an alloy if it's mixed, right? No, tin is not an alloy. No, this is Google. No, tin is not an alloy. It is a chemical element, meaning it's a single substance on the periodic table.
Wow, good for tin. I didn't know that. I didn't know tin had that kind of pull.
Well, it's rusting, so.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
know.
yeah, that's true. It is rusting the fuck. Yeah.
Tin can, though. Shout out tin cans.
Shout out tin cans.
Are they still made out of tin? Tin cans?
Who knows? It's
Is that what
probably
they're
plastic.
called? Like the
Like a tin
can that you'd open? Like if I was like, get me the can of pumpkin, right? Is that can made of
Tin.
our cans?
You know what? Like I don't even do. Does
Still
like
made of tin.
does tin make?
No.
Does
Google. No.
tin? No, you dumb
Most cans
bitch.
are not made of tin anymore. It's aluminum
It's aluminum.
or tin coated steel.
It's aluminum.
or plastic, which is in our food. And
Which
we're
is
all
our food.
sick.
And then you.
Fat and nearly dead. Which is
Sicker,
why we're all
fatter.
sick, fat, and nearly dead.
Part 3: sickest, fattest, deadest.
Deadest. Serving deadest.
I didn't know tin. I feel like in my head, I never hear about people mining for
no
tin.
one's doing shit with tin.
Yeah.
Tin can, though.
Why are we
They're
are we
making the can.
mining tin? This is what happens when I like fall down like a rabbit hole of like,
Are
is
we
tin?
even doing anything with tin anymore?
What have we been doing with
Do
tin?
we have a surplus of tin?
It was a Bronze Age thing. It's a relatively rare element in the Earth's crust. It's rare. That's why. And we were making little cans out of it.
We were just wasting it.
So
God, that's so U.S. of us.
yeah, this is definitely.
Kill all the buffaloes, basically, but bison, whatever they are. Kill all the tins. Tin
It's
cans,
great
Tin
because
Man.
here there on Google there's a picture of like things that describe what the word is, and it's like pewter, and it has like a fancy little
Yeah.
water jug, and then brass it has like an emblem that's like ancient, and bronze it has like another ancient thing, and then tin it's just got a
Can.
little tin can.
Yeah. Cool.
Tin's more than that though.
Down to earth.
Down to
I like
earth,
that.
relatable.
So what? There's no tin left now?
I don't know.
Kind of makes me a little worried.
Yeah, if there's not tin left.
I don't know. Something not right about that.
Yeah,
Something
is
doesn't
tin?
sit
I'm gonna
right.
look out. Is tin running out?
We out of tin. Where's the tin? And if tin
And if it does run out,
so does tin rust or is only iron rust?
okay, at the current rate of consumption, the Earth will run out of mineable tin within 40 years.
Damn.
40.
Oh, I'm gonna buy up some tin.
Yeah, buy up some tin now. You heard it here first, guys. Not
Because
gold.
you know it's gonna be like the secret to something in the future.
Yeah, because gold is kind of a soft metal, right? It's not like
Tin
a...
is generally resistant to rust. Okay, so then why is that guy oiling himself up?
Whoa.
Now I have to Google that.
Uh,
Why does tin?
I think he's out in the rain.
You
I don't
know, but then if it doesn't rust, then why is he rusty? Why is he not able to move? Why does Tin Man need oil?
I think it's probably just because he won't do his own internal work, so he wants like to rely on some outside person.
It says to free his body and joints from an rusted state.
Okay, but why is he
To
rusted?
free his body and joints from a rusted state. Well, why is he rusted?
But why is he
If tin
rusted?
doesn't rust, why is he rusted?
Then why is he rusted?
And I'm just asking questions.
And I'm just asking questions.
generally resistant to rust and coercion. Coercion?
Coercion?
How do you say that word?
Corrosion.
But I was like coercion. Like
Coercion.
it's like Tin Man cannot be coerced.
Yeah, he cannot
does not do anything
You
he
cannot
doesn't
try to
wanna
convince
do.
him.
That's
He's
good on
that.
him.
That's girl. Good
Good
for
on
him.
him.
Well, now we're back, and now we like the Tin Man.
Yeah,
a little
well,
bit.
he's also a man, so
Yeah,
you know what I'm
so.
saying. Like, is he the one
Tin
coercing
Man,
people?
and he has it in his
Probably.
name,
Is
yeah.
he the one coercing people? I think
Yeah,
so.
he is. He is the corrosion. Yeah. It says that 6 other resources like to be exhausted between 100 and 200 years are antimony, gold, boron, silver, bismuth. Wow, everything's going. Bismuth.
Pepto-bismuth.
Pethpo, bismuth. It's just rocks. You drink them.
Pink rocks.
Pink rocks.
Oh, who else is in that story? Why do we even get out of tin in the first place? Oh, Wizard of Oz people. I don't know. Tin can. Don't know.
Oiling?
Fat, sick.
You're gonna kill somebody?
Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah, it was something about the chickens, and then somehow Tin Man came
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I mean, the straw guy's not really holding it down for himself either. I'm like, what the hell's going
No.
on there?
Yeah, he doesn't need
What
to
does
be
that guy need a brain?
Yes.
Sorry. The story gets crazier all the time. The
I think-
lion guy makes the most sense to me. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a lion that talks, sure.
Right.
Even though I would have cast or have done that makeup a lot different.
But also, you can function without courage. Like, you don't
Yeah,
need
he can be
courage to
scared.
live.
Yeah,
Whereas, like,
Stanley's doing great. That's my dog.
right, that's our
He's
dog
scared.
Stanley. It's scared of everything.
Scaredy cat.
Side, little side thing for
I
Stan.
need courage. Shut up, dude.
Yeah, but I mean,
Why are these guys making everything her problem? I mean,
Honestly.
is this
And she just showed up.
Is this movie just like a prequel to like what women have to deal with?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have like guys all around you that are just like, I don't have it hard.
this.
Help! I need oil on my
Help
body.
me.
Gross. Get away from me.
There's some rich man in the city that's withholding this, and now you have to make up for it.
Yeah. God, it's fucked. Could go off on that.
yeah, I don't. But the brain and the heart, you would obviously need them to live.
What does that have to do with her again? I'm confused.
Nothing. She's
She's learning how to have her own mind.
honestly, like, if I
and
was walking,
she's learning to have her own.
no, if I
heart,
was walking down
but
the street, I'd
she's
be like,
learning
"This
how to
sounds
grow.
like a you problem."
Yeah, for real. I'm like, get away from me, freak.
Yeah, I'm
Sick
sorry.
of
That
it.
sounds tough, but I just got here. Can
I
you imagine
got
just
here.
going to
My
a country
first day
and
here, and then people, it's your first day anywhere, and somebody's like, "Help me."
help me? You're like, I don't know how the system works.
I don't even know where I'm at right now. They're like, me neither. I need a heart. And you're like, okay.
For all she knows, it's illegal to even talk to Tin Men.
Right. Probably is. I mean, it's
Yeah,
full
or
of
like,
coercion,
or
so.
you took a scarecrow off the thing. Oh, that was actually punishment. The scarecrow has done terrible crimes,
Exactly,
and he's,
and now
I don't
he's
know what the whole
freed.
thing is.
Some story about how
The
he needs
customs of the
If
country?
he didn't have any brain, that guy's not walking.
He wouldn't function. Yes.
That's a cursed
Yes.
thing. That thing's cursed,
Yes.
and or a spirit is
Right.
attached to it of some sort. So that thing,
Yes.
immediately, I would burn that thing immediately.
Yeah,
Light
I
that
would
thing
just be
right
like,
up. The thing with the heart, I'm like, I don't know. I would just get rid of it.
yeah,
I'm not,
put that down.
Just
I
get
don't
rid
know,
of it.
honey, put it down.
Just kick it off. into
People
the
talked about this
water.
before, where they're like, it's basically like that she's the problem because she came and she killed somebody.
Oh yeah, she came into their world.
Right, her house landed on somebody.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
right
right
off
off
the
she
bat-
didn't ask to be there.
No,
Like
she
a
didn't.
storm blows you into this thing.
That's true.
Something happens. I get that it's supposed to be like, oh, she wasn't supposed to be there.
Right,
But I
right,
was
right,
like,
right, right.
okay, a tornado threw me here. I wasn't like,
Right.
I don't control tornadoes last time I checked.
Right.
Unless I do, in that case, I'm going to blow all you guys away because I hate all of you.
Yeah, I would say though that if somebody's house landed on you, and that person was like, "Sweet, now I get to take her shoes," I'd be like, "Okay, well, it's
That's
not-
gross.
That's weird
gross.
that you're gonna take my sister's shoes because that's basically what happens, right?
Yeah,
the
that's
Wicked Witch,
part-
her sister
that's
dies.
the part where she crosses the line.
Yeah, she goes.
Like, oh, whoops, a storm blew me in, and now I'm gonna take your shoes.
She listens to too many people.
Gross.
Like the fairy coming down and being like, "Yes, wear these shoes." I'd be like, "I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, the fairy being like, wear these shoes. I'm like, I'm not comfortable wearing a dead body.
Why don't you wear these shoes on?"
Why don't you put the shoes on?
Yeah, huh? I don't know.
Three
It just
taps
seems.
till you go home. Yeah.
And then you make me go on this whole journey, and the whole time I could just tap these things together.
What happens at the end? I can't remember. She goes to talk to him. It's all like a
The whole thing's
facade.
pointless. The whole thing that she didn't have to go on because she could have just clicked the ones together, right? Because she's like, "I'm never going to get home," because the wizard was supposed to help her, and then they're like, and then she's like, "If you click your heels together, of course you can go home." I'm like, "Okay, bitch, why didn't you mention this?"
I thought she did. I don't know.
Maybe she didn't. I don't know. Maybe she did. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie.
I don't remember.
My dad says that that's one of his favorite movies. I was like, "Yeah, because it's nonsense, Dad."
It's all nonsense. They're just like, wow, it's a colored picture. Look at that. Go.
Yeah,
Look at all
it's the
colors.
yeah, everyone's
Wow.
everyone was
Mind
really
is
impressed.
blown.
Yeah, that was
God,
that was
if you're
a
the
good part.
first at anything, you're usually the best.
People are probably like, "That's crazy."
I'm like, what? Yeah. If you make them, okay, no, yeah, I'm sure there's like colored type of things that existed, but for the first like mainstream version of it,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
Signed, sealed. Make a sequel. Why haven't they made a sequel? I guess they are making a sequel of that, aren't they?
Or yeah, they have a Wicked, which I think is a prequel
Prequel.
or something.
Okay, but that's
Yeah.
a Broadway play, so that's a little different. But then they are doing Wicked, a double prequel to Wicked. I don't know. They're doing
I have no
something with
idea.
Ariana Grande.
I think she's in Wicked. I think they're just making Wicked
Oh, okay.
a movie.
Oh, okay. Nothing against that. No.
Yeah, that's fine. No comments. We don't want Ariana coming after us.
If there's a Tin Man in that movie, I don't know. I don't think there is. I bet they're not even in
I
it.
think there's like stories of them beforehand. Like the whoever wrote the
They
book.
don't have a heart.
Yeah, whoever wrote Wizard of Oz, which I don't know. Was it not C.S. Lewis? No. L. Frank Baum's 1900s.
Wizard of Oz just is like someone's dream, and like everyone's reading about this person's dream. Okay.
Is it somebody's dream?
It sounds
Oh,
like a dream.
yeah, it does
I
sound
mean,
like a
it
dream,
is
yeah.
her dream, obviously.
Yeah.
Like none of that happens.
I wonder if it's any different.
Probably the same.
Yeah, it's probably about the same. Oh, I didn't realize that the Wicked Witch of the East was the evil ruler of the Munchkins. Also, and then it says the Good Witch of the North. I feel like if you have to put good in your name. Yes, the Good Witch tells Dorothy the only way she can return home is to follow the yellow brick road to the Emerald City and ask the great and powerful Wizard of Oz to help her. But then at the end, she just clicks her heels together.
Only way she can get home?
Yeah.
That sounds like some feed him to the sharks kind of scenario. I feel like the good witch, quote unquote, was trying to distract, like, give the other bad witch a distraction.
problem. Yeah.
To be like, go do that. Why she go? It's sort of like what is it called? Red herring. Right?
Yep.
Be like, oh, we got this random girl here stealing shoes.
Yep.
We're okay with that. And
We're
it's
all right
like,
with that?
I thought I had a problem with you, but all right, yeah, I'm gonna go check out
Yeah.
this shoe situation. That's what I think it is.
They meet, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. The Wizard of Oz only agrees to help them if they can kill the Wicked Witch of the West, which I feel like is kind of crazy to be like, or straight to murder.
Yeah,
That's kind of crazy to be like, oh, you want to go home? Kill somebody.
yeah, that's pretty extreme. Those
That is
stakes
pretty
are
extreme.
high.
Yeah, the stakes are high.
And then at the same time, you have these like homeless people around you, like being like.
So it feels
homeless
like
with these-
she's actually not that bad because it says that no one's ever managed to defeat the wicked. And so they come to her house trying to kill her.
Who
The Dorothy and the gang. That's what it sounds like
in real life?
in the book.
In real life, in the book.
In real life in the book, it says that he agrees to help them all if they kill the Wicked Witch of the West, who rules over Winky country. The Guardian warns them that no one has ever managed to defeat. The Wicked Witch of the West sees the travelers approaching, so they come to her place with her telescope. She sends a pack of wolves to tear them to pieces. Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming to my house.
But the Tin Woodman kills them with his axe.
Okay.
Yikes. She sends flocks of wild crow to peck their eyes out, but the Scarecrow kills them by twisting their necks.
Ew. Classic.
God. Okay, she summons a swarm. It's a lot darker. She summons a swarm of bees to sting them, but they are killed while trying to sting the Woodman, while the Scarecrow's straw hides the others. She sends a dozen of her winky slaves, oh God, to attack them, but the lion stands firm to repel them. She sends the winged monkeys to capture Dorothy, Toto, and the lion. She cages the lion.
So Dorothy is on her way to kill the witch.
Yeah. Sounds like she asked for it.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling bad for her. And then she pours water on her at some point.
Yeah, Dorothy is forced to become the witch's personal slave while the witch schemes to steal her silver shoes powerful magic. Why doesn't she just take the shoes?
Yeah, she's like, how do I get those shoes?
Oh, she tricks her out of him. Witch successfully.
Smart.
She tricks Dorothy out of one of her silver shoes. Angered, she throws a bucket of water at the witch. Oh, so when she loses her shoes is when she throws the water and is shocked to see her melt away.
Oh, that's easy. Why didn't the lady tell her that?
Yeah, the Winkies rejoice as being freed from her tyranny and help restuff the Scarecrow. Oh, the Scarecrow's been ripped to pieces. And then the Tin Woodman. They asked the Tin Woodman to become their ruler. These people have met.
Wow.
They have.
Please be in charge of us. We only know oppression.
We only
so
knew. Yeah, we need
we
this.
love that.
Their ruler, which he agrees to after helping Dorothy return to Kansas. Okay, wow. Dorothy finds. Oh, and then I kind of like this. She finds the witch's golden cap and summons the winged monkeys to carry her and her friends back to the Emerald City. It's nice to see that the monkeys don't like.
Yeah.
Because like, what do they do afterwards?
Well, now they.
Oh, there was a king. I guess the king of the winged monkeys tells how he and his band are bound by enchantment to the cap of the sorceress. Oh, so it wasn't even their fault.
Oh, so now they're just free, and that's nice. I like that. I like that
That's
for the
nice.
monkeys.
Well, it says that she's got the cap and she doesn't destroy it, so now she can summon them whenever she needs.
That's kind of fucked. I think you
Yeah,
destroy
I think
that.
she destroy it. I think you
So
pull
now
an
they're-
Aladdin.
Yeah, I think you destroy it because it's like, okay, now somebody else gets to be in charge of them.
Yeah.
So dumb. It is like Aladdin.
It says that the wizard, who sadly explains he is a humbug, an ordinary old man who, by a hot air balloon, came to Oz long ago from Omaha. Omaha. Classic. He provides the Scarecrow with a head full of bran, pins, and needles. Oh, so that's his brains. The Tin Woodman with a silk heart stuffed with sawdust. And the Lion with a potion of courage. Their faith in his power gives them items of focus of their desires. He decides to take Dorothy and Toto home. Wait, doesn't she click her
I
things?
thought he was stuck there. It's like,
I thought he was too.
no, he just, okay, he leaves.
Yeah, I guess so.
At least in the book, he leaves.
In the movie, she clicks her heels together, right? I'm
Thought
sorry.
so. Yeah, she wakes up or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how they had to do it because the book's too weird to be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is a regular story.
Like, yeah, she got dropped off. Yeah. Oh, the Scarecrow gets to rule in his stead. A lot of these guys getting powerful positions. Sorry, I fell down this rabbit hole trying to figure this out. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, at this end, reveals that Dorothy's silver shoes can take her anywhere she wishes to go. So why did Glinda not say that? She's a bad woman.
She was a good witch.
She's a good witch, guys.
Good
Sounds like
witch.
She's
Like
like,
a
I'm a
doctor.
good guy.
Or like, I'm a good doctor.
Yep, I'm a good doctor. I'm a good doctor. Anyways, I'm sure he's a good doctor.
Well, you believe it.
We
Somebody's
believe it. I feel like we got a lot done.
Yeah, I think that's good for now.
I think we're good for now. I kind of teetered out there because I got distracted.
We're teetering. Thanks for listening to our nonsense. If you like it, follow Checker Podski on all the platforms. And if you want to support Caitlin's stand-up, and I know you do, follow her at Caitlin Check. And if you're trying to air out some family secrets or, you have some grievances you want to just share, feel free to reach out at checkerpodski@gmail.com. Shout out Mike Knight, our producer, and Alex Oliver, who made our awesome jingle. Bye.